everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you all could be with us for a very special episode of Cyrus Webb Presents. We had to simulcast this one, but we have the one and only Mr. Angelo Ellerbee with us today. You guys know him as the president and CEO of Double Exposure Media Relations, but he's also a best-selling author and speaker, and he's gearing up for something very big that we're here to talk to you guys about, and that is about his brand new book. You guys are going to love this. It's entitled Before I Let You Go, Life Lessons from an Industry Guru. We're going to talk to Mr. Ellerbee not only about the new book, also you all can go ahead and pre-order it for yourselves today from hovemarkets.com. We have the link already with this broadcast, so definitely make sure you guys do get your copy of it. We're going to talk to Mr. Ellerbee about what is it that separates this book from his others, but also why this book is so important for him now. Mr. Ellerbee, thank you again for the time. Really appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate you. You know, I always appreciate you. I just wanted to let your followers, your listeners, know that time is not always on our side. And I wanted to do something for my culture, for my people. And I look at my people as an assorted bag of M&Ms that come in different colors. I wanted to give back, but more importantly, I wanted to inspire people that they can do whatever they wanted to do in life. I want that domestic violence person who feels defeated, the drug addict that seems like he or she can't get off of drugs, the homeless and the shut out that doesn't have a home. And it goes on and on and on, that we get chances of life. And all we have to do is apply ourselves to consistency and prayers and faith. This book is not so much about the music industry. It's about mentoring our children, our senior citizens, our homeless, our gay community. Everybody needs to be in one particular pond. And in this pond, we are going to shower each other with knowledge. We're going to become mentors. We're going to share, just like back in the day. And I know that so many people were very negative on the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who simply said he wanted to have us to have our culture and our own community together so that we can begin to support each other. That's what my book is about. It's about support. It's about inspiration. It's about upward mobility. It's about advancement. It's about falling romantically in love with who you are. I believe that everybody is a star. We're born stars. Now, I just don't want them to spell the word backwards, because that's not what we're creating from reading this book. I want people to know that you can fall down, but you can get back up. But when you fall down, I want you to ask yourself the question, why did I fall? Ask yourself the question, how am I going to get back up? And stop feeling sorry for yourself. You can't feel sorry for yourself. You got to love yourself. You have to understand you have all the main ingredients to be great, greater, and then the greatest at what you want to do. But if you sit back in sorrow land, feeling sorry for yourself, not energizing yourself, not believing, not reading, not understanding why these difficulties are coming upon you, then that's on you. This book, Before I Let You Go, the title is really important because in the midst of writing this book, I was going back and forth to doctor's offices because I thought I had cancer. And so I thought this would be the last book, and it will be the last book that I do. But before I let you go, I wanted to give you something. I wanted to give you a message that was going to elevate you and motivate you to be the best person that you can possibly be. I tell people each and every single day of my life, I am romantically in love with Angelo Ellerbee. When you can love you, you can give out love. You can display love. God loves us.
Right.
Now we have to love us. And then you have to treat people how to love you. And so many situations, that simple four-letter word means the world to somebody 13 or 14 years old that is growing up in a community where people don't understand alternative lifestyles. So they're bullied and they're judged. People always want to question when I get out of the car and I go give money to the homeless people. They say, oh, all they're gonna do is buy drugs, but that ain't my business. My business is to serve, and that's what I'm going to do. Everybody has a reason of where they're at, but I want people to like, stop excusing what you do wrong by mental health. If we know we have these problems, then we need to share these problems with our loved ones. We need to sit down and be educated about how to deal with them. We don't need to go rampant and go crazy. We can work it out on our own. Before I let you go, it's before you let me go. I want you to walk away with an understanding of the importance of loving who you are, being original. I am me and I'm okay. I am me and I'm okay. And that's what it's really all about. I will not allow anyone to harm or damage my emotions, my feelings about what I'm striving for. It's very different from any other book that I've ever done. Because I'm trying to encourage, as each and every single day, I'm encouraged to do what I do. I want to encourage them. Born in the city of Newark, born to a mother that had an 8th grade education, 4 sisters, 1 brother, several on drugs, living in this community, and never ever thinking that I would get to the heights of my profession. But with consistency, with loving yourself, with having faith and belief that you can do all things, and having the proper mentors around you that will encourage you is what you have to do. You go to jail, you made a mistake, you get out of jail. Now it's time to get it in order. That's the chance. That's the second chance that we get. Sometimes we get 3 chances, sometimes we get 4 chances until we get it right. And so this book is about getting it right and giving yourself the opportunity to get it right.
Mr. Ellerbee, I'm going to give you some of the advice you give your clients. Let me get a question in here, okay?
Okay.
You've been talking for 7 minutes. I haven't had a chance to ask you.
Oh, I'm so very sorry, Cyrus.
Acknowledge hello to, I want to acknowledge the people that are joining us live here. Acknowledge hello to you. Glad to be able to see you. Melissa, hello to you. Good to be able to see you joining us as well. As you just heard from the sermon of Reverend Dr. Angelo Ellerbee. We're talking about his brand new. I said to him before we went live, I said, you going to let me ask any questions?
And I told him yes.
He told me yes, and then he went on to speak. Okay.
But you know what it is, Cyrus? It's called passion.
I understand, but
It's
this is also
passion.
called an interview, so let me ask let me ask some questions here. So the book is called Before I Let You Go, Life Lessons from an Industry Guru. Now, what you just said, Mr. Ellerbee, is interesting, so people will want to know this. You have worked with so many amazing people. How has that platform that you've had in the entertainment industry help you to better understand these life lessons you're sharing in the new book?
Well, it doesn't differ. I don't care if you sold 100 million records, if you sold 1 record. I don't care if you dance for the Albanelli Center, or if you dance in a local center. People are people, and people should be treated with respect and with dignity. The same way you want to get treated is the same way these people want to get treated. I do not draw no heights on who I work with. If it's Dionne Warwick, whoever it may be, we have a relationship, an understanding relationship. And there's no one more down to earth than Dionne. If we have problems, we solve them, like 2 mature-minded individuals. I don't treat anybody any different because nobody treats me different. So I treat everybody equal. I'm not into the star-struck thing at all. I'm into doing my job, bettering the relationship with my client, getting my client all the things that I rightfully can put my hands on to allow their career to blossom.
And I think for people out there who have seen you work with individuals, especially this year, Mr. Ellerbee, there's been so many you've worked with that have been able to achieve some extraordinary things. Talk to us then about what that's been like for you. As you mentioned, you're someone who's very passionate not only about what you've been able to do, but also about what you've been able to learn. What has it been like for you to show the importance of passion when it comes to living our lives?
Well, this has been a great year for my roster, with Dionne Warwick receiving the Kennedy Center honors, with her now being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Robert Cool Bell of Kool and the Gang being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Melba Moore doing what Melba does in terms of her Broadway shows, and some of the new artists that have come my way. I think that it is so very important that, and I think with these people that I just mentioned, they believe so much in themselves. And when you go allow someone to take one step, you know that God is going to take the second step. And I think what has taken place, because their careers have not been easy careers. You're talking about the 60s and 70s where racism was as blatant as it can be, where their music was not being played on national platforms. They looked at their music as beach music, being only played in African American homes. We all go through what we go through, life experiences. But the key thing is they didn't take the elevator and they did not take the escalator. These people that I just mentioned, they took the steps. And that for me is something that I will always be in great gratitude for, because that's what I learned. I didn't want something instantly. I wanted something that I would understand, and something that I would have a learning experience that I can teach others, their way of doing things. I take a lot of Dion and Cool's methods of survival, and I teach it back to the young artists and what we have to do about selecting our right manager and selecting the right team that we want around us. This year has been an incredible year for Double Exposure and for its roster, but I don't think it's all me. I think it's about building a team and understanding that you don't have to micromanage someone that has been doing something for 55 years. You have to let people just grow and do what they have to do. Don't micromanage. Fall, get up, understand why you fell, understand how you're going to get up, and keep the show moving. So it's been a phenomenal year for me, and for the roster and for the staff.
You said something though that's interesting, and I want to go back to it as we wrap up here, Mr. Ellerbee. You said that this will be the last book you write. Why did you make that decision?
I made the decision early on because, as I said, I thought I was going to take serious illness, but I've been blessed and I'm good. I think that I'm venturing into so many areas at this point. I think that I've supplied the country, the world with four books of my teaching and things that I've learned from my mentors as it is, James M. Tume and Dionne Warwick and all these great people that's been a part of my life. I want to share it to the young and the old, the new. And I think that's what I'm doing. And this book right here for me is so very important because it is that book that I think will close the door to me being an author and open up other doors for me to be in films, to be in television, and to do those things. I have done and produced many movies, but I really want to get out there and start my own production company and get things moving in the direction that I see fit in these latter years of my career.
Got it. Well, now is your opportunity, everyone, to go ahead and pre-order your copy of Mr. Angelo Ellerbee's newest book. Again, you guys see it there. Before I let you go, and if you guys are joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on LinkedIn, you're joining us on YouTube, you will notice the link there for hovemarkets.com to be able to pre-order your copy of the book now. If you guys are joining us on the other platforms, we'll make sure that we have it for Mr. Ellerbee's link in bio for you all as well. You can also stay connected with Mr. Ellerbee by going to the website for Double Exposure, that being dxxnyc.com. That's dxxnyc.com. As you heard him mention, he's going to be doing speaking engagements and also being able to spend time discussing the book as he gears up for the release. So you all can be a part of that as well. Mr. Ellerbee, it is always a pleasure to be able to have a
I just wanted to mention one thing, sir.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So the book is about, it's about sharing and mentoring. But I have this thing for young children, particularly children that are coming out of the gay community where they not understanding where they need to be at in their lives. And they're put out of their apartments and they're put out of their mother's and father's home. We're establishing in the city of Newark the Angelo Ellerbee Foundation, where we'll be giving large percentages of this book to establish a foundation that would take care of young people from 13 to 25 for 1 year. We will feed them 3 meals a day. We will house them for 1 year, and we will make sure that they get into a school of their choice. That's what this is all about. Before I let you go, I'm going to take care of you, and particularly that particular community. Growing up in urban cities, people just don't understand. So when you purchase this book, you're not just purchasing it for the read of it all. You're giving your $1 and your cent to support a community of people that have strived to fit in. So I thank everyone for their support and hope that you will go to the landing page and go to the code and pre-order your book. I really do thank you, Cyrus, for your willingness to aid me in promoting this endeavor. This is very dear to me, and I'm very appreciative to you.
It's my pleasure to be able to do so. And we definitely thank you all for watching this episode of Cyrus Webb Presents. Make sure you guys do go over and get your copy of the book before I let you go. Again, available now for pre-order. Young Jody, hello to you. Good to be able to see you as well. Definitely, if you guys have any questions or comments, put those in the comment section. Mr. Ellerbee will be monitoring those. I'll be monitoring them as well. Would love to be able to get your feedback. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.